We're here in Griffith Park's Travel Town to honor the great relics of the industrial age, the great iron horses. And this Mustang Fastback is also a throwback to a great age. The 2015 Ford Mustang GT is an automotive homage to the great days of the American muscle car when gas was cheap and dinosaurs and Carroll Shelby ruled the earth. The late 60s Mustangs ran the streets and ran the drag strips, fighting for top honors with Corvettes, Camaros, Challengers, Chargers, Barracudas, Firebirds, and GTOs. It wasn't always the fastest car, but it was the most popular. To date, the company has sold more than 9 million Mustangs. This 50th anniversary model has a 5-liter V8 engine that pumps out 435 horsepower and 400 pound-feet of torque. The one I borrowed had a 6-speed manual transmission, making every ounce of that torque ready and raring to rock. It also comes in an automatic version. At just over 3,700 pounds, it drives lighter and nimbler than its other big engine rival, the Dodge Challenger Hellcat. Car and Driver put the GT's 0 to 60 rate at 4.5 seconds and its top speed at 164. That's almost a full second and 30 miles per hour slower than the Hellcat. But the Mustang is more than 700 pounds lighter too, so it feels faster even when it isn't. It's beautiful to look at. That handsome scowl, that furrowed brow, the classic fastback slouch, the embracing Recaro seats. And it drives like a demon. Fast, responsive, and with a sound designed to race the pulse of every red-blooded American auto fanatic. At 80 miles an hour on the freeway in 4th gear, it feels like an unbridled, Mustang. Take it into a steep section of Echo Park, and you can make like Steve McQueen with his Mustang in Bullet. Hit that hill and launch. This is the first ever Ford pony car, with the exception of some earlier modified Mustangs, to feature fully independent front and rear suspension. It's customizable. Drivers can choose from a variety of track applications to measure G-force, to measure lap times or quarter-mile times, and more. Drivers can also pretend they're professionals at the drag strip, using the Line Lock Burnout Box. This feature electronically freezes the front brakes for 15 seconds, allowing the rear tires to cook up to maximum traction. Kids, don't try this at home. But it also comes standard with Hill Start Assist. Even on a steep hill like this, you put in the clutch and the car holds the brake automatically. It's also unbelievably comfortable, even for an old guy. The wraparound Recaro seats are racetrack ready, but the back seats, don't go in there. You might get in, but you'll never get out. This isn't a minivan. You're not seriously thinking of putting children in there. And it's safer than previous Mustangs. This car will warn you of something in your blind spot and anything moving into your path, forward or backward, from about 15 yards away. You can buy a Mustang GT with the traditional V8 engine for maximum thrust. You can also get a V6. This year, for the first time, you can ride your pony gently with a turbo-supported EcoBoost 4-cylinder engine. Ford says that version puts out 310 horsepower and 320 pound-feet of torque, which takes about 250 pounds of weight off the front of the car. But that's not why you're buying a Mustang in the first place. The Ford Mustang GT starts at about $32,000. The one I drove would cost just over $35,000. The EPA puts the combined fuel economy of the GT at 19 miles per gallon. But if you're driving the car the way it was meant to be driven and using that line lock feature, you might get about half that. But if you're driving a Mustang GT, you're probably not worried about laying down the extra green. You're thinking about the burnout box and laying down some rubber.